In this video, we will complete level 2.0 of level 2 of Master the Mainframe 2020. Click on level 2.0, welcome. This is level 2.0, welcome to level 2. Points are 50 for this challenge. What we have to do is, we have to go to mtm 2020 public.jcl. So go to your Visual Studio. Here, click on the magnifying glass and give mtm 2020.public.jcl. Press enter. And you will see here is mtm 2020 public.jcl. Click on it and you will see all the members inside this PDS. Here is a file called chk. Right click on it and submit the job. So here is chk, right click, then submit. Job submitted. After that, go to jobs. So here is jobs, go there. Click on mtm 2020 and here is chk. So click on it and then go to system PRT. So here is system PRT. Click on it and this is the content of this file. So these are all the challenges in this contest. PDS1, PDS2, USS1, USS2 and all these challenges are part of this contest. Currently I have not completed them, hence they are showing as incorrect. You can see all of these challenges are incorrect because I have not completed them except VS2. We have completed it, that is why it is showing correct. So our level 2.0 is now complete. Click on accept. Challenge completed, 50 points awarded. Let us now go to level 2.1, that is VSC2. This is worth 50 points. To complete this challenge, we have to go to this PDF. Click on here. It will open a new window. Here is the PDF. Click on it. VSC2. Open this PDF. There are 9 steps in this PDF that we have to complete. So let's complete instruction 1, 2 and 3. Here we can go to View, Command Palette. And it will allow us to enter commands to VS Code. Suppose I give here file. So all the file commands that are available on the system will be shown. This is useful if we want to run a command using VS Code. Suppose if we want to change our connection profile, then what we have to do is we can click on this edit button and we will be able to update our profile. So suppose by mistake instead of 153 I give here 163, then I can click on this icon and then correct it. User ID, my password, give here false and leave it empty. Press enter. Profile was successfully updated. So these were the first 3 steps. We have completed it. Then it is telling us how to create a filter for our data sets. This is the data set that I am seeing, mtm 2020. If I want to see more data sets, I can click on this magnifying icon. And what I can do is I can give here mtm 2020 public.dataset, then give a comma, and then I can give my user ID dot star. Then press the enter key. So you can see it is showing me all the datasets which start with my user ID as well as this mtm 2020 public.jcl dataset. So this is how you can see multiple datasets on a mainframe. We can also make VS Code full screen by going to View, Appearance and then Zen mode. So you can see now only the code is available and nothing else is available. This is called the Zen mode. To escape this, press the escape key twice. Click on View, Appearance, Zen mode. Zen mode is enabled. Press the escape key twice and it will be disabled. You can also go to the extensions button. Here go to extension and click on extension settings. And then you can click on edit in JSON and you can change a setting if you want. Same way I can search for some other extensions such as indent. And here is the extension which makes indentation easier to read. You can install it by clicking on the install button. Also I can go to help interactive playground and it will show me all the features that are available on this VS Code software. Now go to 2020 public.jcl, go to chkey and submit job. That's it. Job submitted and your level 2.1 is complete. So click on challenges, click on level 2, you can go to completed tab and I will see 2.1 is complete. 2.2 is available, we will now complete 2.2. If you like my videos, then you can support me by buying my mainframe course. After buying this course, you will get 19 hours of mainframe training. This course will teach you COBOL, JCL, vSAM, TSO, ISPF, Unix System Services and CICS. You can watch the free preview before buying my course. Make sure you buy the course using the referral link in the description. Let us now complete level 2.2. Level 2.2 is PDS1. This is worth 50 points. This challenge will introduce us to datasets and its members. Click on here. It will open the PDF. Click on the PDS1. This challenge has 9 steps. So let's complete step 1, in which we have to set the high level qualifier. So go to ZOWE, click on MTM and here click on the magnifying glass. And then in the filter give your user ID. Press the enter key. So all the datasets which start with my user ID are now displayed. So these are all the datasets. When I click on this dataset, I will see the members inside this dataset. So if I click on .jcl, so you will see there is no member inside this PDS. If I click on source, you will see no dataset inside. Currently there are no members inside all of these datasets except .input. Inside input we have 3 more members: merge command, names1 and names2. So the first step is now complete. The second step is to show dataset attributes. Right click on any datasets and select dataset attributes. So if I click on input, right click, show dataset attributes, and you can see all the attributes of this dataset. The name is this one, block size is given, catalog name is also given, it was created on this date, it is currently residing on a 3390 device, it is a partitioned dataset, and all the information is given. The third step is to make a dataset your favorite. To mark a dataset as favorite, go to the dataset and click on star. So this is the work dataset, and then click on star, add to favorites. On the top there is a favorite column, click on it and you will see the work dataset is now visible in this column. So if I go to MTM 2020 again, and here if I mark the input dataset as favorite, add to favorites, now you can see input has also appeared in the favorites column. So this is how you can favorite a dataset. So step 3 is now complete. Let's go to step 4. We have to switch the qualifier. The qualifier should be mtm2020.public.star. Go to MTM 2020, click on the magnifying glass, give here MTM 2020.public.star, and all the datasets which start with MTM 2020.public are now displayed. We also have to favorite public.input dataset. So here is public.input. Go to star and add to favorites. And now you will see 3 datasets in the favorites tab. MTM 2020 public.input, myuserid.input, myuserid.work. 3 datasets are now favorite. So step 4 is complete. Let's go to step 5. Among all these datasets, we now have to find a dataset which is residing on the volume VPW-RKZ. So let's go to .work, show dataset attributes, and it is residing on VPW-RKC. This is not the correct dataset because we want VPW-RKZ. So let's check one by one all the datasets. Show dataset attributes, and this one is also KRC, so this is not the correct answer. So one by one check all the datasets. The correct answer is MTM 2020 public.input. You can see here volume is VPW-RKZ. So this is the correct answer, MTM 2020.public.input. Step 5 is complete. Let's go to step 6. Copy and paste. Inside this dataset, we have a member called PDS part 1. We have to right click here and click on copy. Then go to your work dataset, which is your userid.work, and give here paste. I will give the same name, that is PDS PART1. Click enter, and you will see this dataset was successfully pasted. Same way, copy part 2. So this is PDS part 2. Copy this, go to work dataset, paste it here, give the same name PDS part 2, and you will see a new dataset member PDS part 2 was created. Then go to MTM 2020 public.jcl and copy PDS1 CC80. So this is PDS CC80, copy and paste it into the work dataset. PDS1 CC80. Click on PDS1 CC80, and then we have to submit this job. So right click and click on submit job. Job submitted. After a few moments, you can collapse this and open it again. So we will see a new member called PDS1 out. Click on it, and you will see this is the content of this dataset. So this member PDS1 out is a concatenation of PDS part 1 and PDS part 2. This is PDS part 1, this is PDS part 2, and when we combine both of these together, this is PDS1 out. So our JCL, this is our JCL, it concatenated both these members into a single member. So step 8 is complete. In the final step, step 9, we have to right click on PDS1 out and rename it. We have to rename it to recipe. So right click on PDS1 out, rename, and give it recipe. And you can see it has been renamed. The new name is recipe. And now to complete it, just go to the public.jcl dataset and submit CHK job. This is public.jcl, this is CHK, then submit job. Job submitted. Then go to jobs, MTM 2020. Here you will see CHK, click on it. Then go to system print, and you will see PDS1 is complete and it is showing as correct. So our PDS1 challenge is now complete. Let's move to the next challenge. Here also you can see this is PDS1 and it is now showing one completed activity. So click here, refresh, and you will see PDS1 is complete. Go to the completed tab and you can see here 2.2 is now complete. Let us now go to level 2.3. Let us now complete level 2.3 of MTM 2020. This challenge is called JCL1. Click on it. This is worth 50 points. This challenge will introduce you to JCL, which is Job Control Language. Here are the instructions. Here is the PDF that we have to download, JCL1. Download this. Then open this PDF. This PDF has 9 steps. Let's start with step 1. Run the JES1 job 1 JCL. So go to the mtm2020.public.jcl. So this is JES1 job 1. This is in public.jcl. We first have to copy this into our own dataset. So this is my user id.jcl. Paste it here. Give it the same name, JES1 job 1. Enter. And you will see this job has been copied to my dataset. Then submit it. Job submitted. Then go to jobs MTM 2020. Here is JES1 job 1. Condition code is 0. You can see condition code is 0. That means successful execution. Expand this. If you do not see a job, then you can also click on this refresh icon. Once you refresh this, you will see JES1 job 1. So step 2 and step 3 are now complete. And step 4 is to find the secret word. Then in JES1 job 1, you have to go to JES-JCL. Here you have to go to step 8, and in step 8 you will see a dataset userid.secret.word. Copy the name and then see the contents of this dataset. So let us now go to MTM 2020, search, give your user ID, and here is the dataset .secret.word. Click on it. And you can see the secret word. The secret word is giraffe. Copy this. You can note it down in a notepad. Next we have to do is we have to copy JES1 job 2. So go to public.jcl. Here we have JES1 job 2. Copy this and put it inside your own JCL PDS. JES1 job 2. This is JES1 job 2. So here it is showing a comment. The line 5, this is the line 5, needs a secret value to execute. The secret value we just found out, it was giraffe. So copy this giraffe, paste it after secret. So here I have given now giraffe, then click on save. Give Ctrl+S to save it. So saving dataset. Dataset uploaded successfully. Make sure you do this step, otherwise this step will fail. After it is saved, you can right click and submit job. Job submitted. After few moments, go to job, give here refresh, then go to MTM 2020. Here you can see JES1 job 2, condition code is 0. Expand this. So you can see JES1 job 2 ended, return code is 0. Return code of 0 means successful execution. Step was executed, condition code 0. So we completed step 7, in which we gave the secret as giraffe. We then saved it and submitted the job. Step 8 is also complete. And in the final step, we have to check the output. To check the output, just go to public.jcl and submit chk job. Here is public.jcl. Submit the chk job. Submit job. Job submitted. Refresh the jobs. So here is chk. Expand this. Then go to system print. And here you can see JCL1. And you will see it is correct. That means JCL1 is now complete. Same way, earlier we completed PDS1, so it is showing us PDS1 is also correct. It is completed. VSC2 is also complete. It is showing correct. All these challenges have been completed and the rest are left. So our JCL1 is now complete. Also, I can go to my user id.output, go to JS1 job 2, and here I can see success. Congratulations on fixing your first JCL. This is the output of that JCL. So here refresh this page and you will see JCL1 is not here. It is in the completed tab. You can see JCL1. It is now completed. Level 2.3 is now complete. Let's now move to level 2.4. If you like my videos, then you can support me by buying my mainframe course. After buying this course, you will get 19 hours of mainframe training. This course will teach you COBOL, JCL, vSAM, TSO, ISPF, Unix System Services and CICS. You can watch the free preview before buying my course. Make sure you buy the course using the referral link in the description. In this video, we will complete level 2.4 of MTM 2020. This challenge is called USS1, Unix System Services 1. This is worth 50 points. So click on here. Here is the PDF we need to download. Click on it. Then open this PDF. It has 12 steps. Let's now complete all these steps one by one. Let's complete step 1, which is to open a terminal. Go to your VS Code, go to terminal and click on new terminal. And it will open a new window like this. Next we have to connect using SSH. We have to give this command SSH, user ID and the IP address. So let's copy this, paste it here. Let's give my user ID. Press enter. Then it will ask for my password. Give my password. Press enter. And you can see I have now logged in to this Unix environment. So step 2 and 3 are now complete. In step 3 it is telling us that you may see a verify message. If you see a verify message, then just give yes. I did not get it because I have logged in before as well. That's why I did not get any such message. Then you have to give a command pwd. Give here pwd, which means present working directory. The current directory is this one. This is the root directory Z, and under the Z directory I have my own directory which is named under my user ID. This is also called as home directory. So in step 5 we have to change directory. Let's give here command cd public, and you can see it has now changed to the public directory. So cd command, which stands for change directory, can change the directory you are working on. I can also give present working directory to see this. You can see my present working directory is Z public. To see all the files, I can give the command ls. So give here ls. And you can see all these files are here in the public directory. Here we can see copy.sh. To run this, give here ./copy.sh. Press enter. And you will see this script was successfully run. Copying USS files and directory success. To go back to your home directory, just give cd and this symbol called tilde. So once you give cd tilde, it will come back to your home directory, which is your user ID. We can verify it by giving pwd. Now what we can do is, I can list all the files which are now here. So give here ls. So we will see now these files are available in my home directory. Then in the 10th step, we have to make a directory by giving the make directory command. The directory name should be my stuff. Then we can give ls and you will see a new directory, my stuff is now available. Then in the 11th step, we have to create a file called file1. We can create it by using touch command. So give here touch file1. Then give ls to list all the files and you will see file1 has now been created. Now in the final step, that is step 12, what we have to do is we have to go to our home directory. So our home directory is our user ID. We are currently in home directory. Then we have to create two more directory, USS1 places, USS1 foods. So let's create this make directory USS1 places. Let's create make directory USS1 foods. Let's list it. You can see USS1 foods, USS1 places. Put 3 files in USS1 places named after favorite places. So go to change directory USS1 places. Present working directory is USS1 places. Create 3 files based on favorite places. Let's give India. Then let's give Delhi. Let's give Chandigarh. Touch Chandigarh. Let's list. So you have 3 places: Delhi, India, Chandigarh. Then let's change directory. Give here cd double dash cd double dot and it will go back to the previous directory. Then again change directory to USS1 foods, USS1 foods, then give touch and give 3 files after your favorite food. So you can give here pizza, ice cream, and then you can list it. This is cold drink, ice cream, pizza. Then what you have to do is go to public.jcl and then click the chk job. This is public.jcl. Then submit the chk job. Job submitted. Go to jobs and here check chk 2371. Check the latest chk job. This is the previous one. You can verify it by the number. This is 2301 and this is 2371. So this is the higher number. So this is the latest chk job. Expand it. Go to system print and here check for USS1. So this is USS1 and it is now showing correct. So this challenge was also successfully completed. Congratulations, you have advanced to a new level. You are now level 2. Go to the completed tab and you will see USS1 is Here it is in the completed tab. So 2.4 challenge is complete. Let's now complete level 2.5, which is PDS2. Let us now complete level 2.5, which is PDS2. Click on it. It's worth 50 points. 2600 other students have also completed this challenge. Grab the challenge instructions here. This is the PDF. Download it. Then open this PDF. This challenge has 9 steps. In step 1, we have to download these 3 text files. So go to this link, right click, open a new tab. Here we can see these 3 text files. Download these. Now in the second step, we have to upload all these 3 files to the work dataset. This is my work dataset. Right click, upload member. Then go to downloads. Here I can see rock 1, 2 and 3. Select all of them. Upload file. And you will see rock 1 is here. Rock 3 is there. But rock 2 is not there. So try to upload again. Upload member. Rock 2. And then you can see rock 2 is now also there. Then we have to do advanced filtering. That is, go to your ZOS, go to MTM 2020. Here click on the magnifying glass, and what you have to do is you have to give MTM 2020.public star and then your user ID. Then press the enter key. So what it will do is it will show all the datasets which start with this name and with your user ID. So expand this and you will see all the datasets which start with MTM 2020 and with my user ID are now displayed. So step 3 is also complete. Let's go to step 4. You have to go to public.jcl and look for merge sorting. So here is public.jcl. Look for merge sort. This is merge sort. And you have to copy into the work dataset. So copy this. Go to the work dataset. This is work. Paste it here. Give the same name MERG SORT. Merge sort. So what this code is doing is it is sorting these 3 datasets and putting it into this final dataset. Also, because we have given more than one dataset, so it will sort and also concatenate. That is, it will merge all these datasets into one single dataset. My user ID dot output and then rocks out. So it will go to this dataset. My user ID dot output. So now what we can do is we have to run this job. This is merge sort. And we have to right click and submit this job. Job submitted. Let's go to the jobs column. Let's refresh this. Here is merge sort and condition code is 0. That means successful execution. So let's go to the output dataset. Here is the output dataset. Let's close and expand again. And you will see a new dataset, rocks out. Click on it. And here is the content of this dataset. All the 3 files were concatenated into one single file. So step 8 is also complete. Now in the final step, what we have to do is we have to rename it to PDS2 out. So copy the name, give here rocks out, rename, give here PDS2 out, press enter. And you will see the rename is successful, PDS2 out. And then finally submit the CHK job in public.jcl. This is public.jcl, submit the CHK job. Job submitted. Then refresh it. Check the latest CHK. This is the latest 2388. Expand it. Go to system print. And you will see this is PDS2 and it is now correct. So PDS2 also has been completed successfully. There is also an optional step in this PDF, that is step number 7. It is telling us how to create your own datasets. This is totally optional. What this step is telling you is that you can create your own dataset easily by just going to the profile and clicking on the plus icon. This plus icon will create new dataset. Then it will ask you what kind of dataset do you want. Do you want partition? Do you want sequential, classic, binary, C? Let's select partitioned. What is the name that you want to give? I want to give 07252.test.pds. And you will see this dataset has now been created. To create a member inside this PDS, right click and then give create new member and give the name new member. Close and expand again, and then you will see new member has now been created. To write something, just type here, then save it by giving Ctrl S. Dataset uploaded successfully. Same way, if you make some changes and the changes are not showing here, then you can click on this pull from mainframe button. So it will download the latest version from the mainframe. So this is how you create a dataset using VS Code. You can delete it by right clicking and give delete PDS. Do you want to delete? Yes, delete. And you can see the dataset was deleted. So our challenge 2.5 is now complete. You can go to completed tab and you will see 2.5 is there. Then go to available and then complete level 2.6, which is JCL2. Let us now complete level 2.6 of MTM 2020. Level 2.6 is JCL2. Click on it. It is worth 50 points. Click on here. This is the PDF that we have to download. Download it. Then open it. This challenge has 9 steps. Let's complete step 1. We first have to copy just to job 1 into our JCL dataset. So here is public.jcl. This is just to job 1. Click on it. Copy and paste it into our own dataset. Give here paste. Give here name just to job 1. Close and expand again. We will see just to job 1 is here. So step 1 and 2 is complete. Step 3 is we have to open it and then we have to submit that code. So right click and submit job. Job has been submitted. Let's go to the jobs folder. Let's refresh it. Here you can see condition code is 8. That means unsuccessful execution. Then we can go to JES system messages. So in this message it is telling us that a file by the DD name location is missing. So in this JCL there should be one more file which should be called location. So go to just to job 1. Add one more line. The file missing was location. So give here location DD DSN. File name should be mtm2020.public.input and then brackets. Then we have to give the correct member name. So go to this PDS public.input. So here is public.input. When I expand it, you will see this is item, this is price, and this is the third dataset location. So I have to give here location. This is equal to share. Make sure you save it by giving Ctrl S. Dataset uploaded successfully. So now this JCL is correct. Now I can submit this again. Job submitted. Let's go to jobs. Expand this. And here I can see condition code 0. Expand this. And here you can see step was executed, condition code 0. This is the JCL that we submitted. To check the output, go to your output dataset. Here is my output dataset. close and expand again, and you will see just to job 1 a new member is there inside this PDS, and this is the output of this JCL. Item, price and location. Location was previously missing, that is why the JCL was failing. We added a new JCL step called location, and the dataset was input dataset and in the brackets location member. So the job successfully executed and it created an output like this. Now to complete this challenge, just go to public.jcl and submit the CHK member. Right click, submit job. Job submitted. Then go to your jobs column, and here you can see CHK. Click on it. Then open Sysprint, and you will see JCL2 is also correct. So we have successfully completed JCL2. So let's go back to our web page. This is my web page. This is the dashboard. If I refresh this, then you will see the challenge is now complete. It is now in the completed tab. You can see here JCL2 is now complete. So 2.6 level is now complete. You can see only 2.7 here. Let's complete 2.7. In this video we will solve level 2.7 of MTM 2020. Level 2.7 is USS2. So grab the instructions here. It will open a new window. Here is the PDF, download it, then open it. This challenge has 9 steps. Let's start with step 1. We have to open the USS view. So go to Visual Code, go to Unix System, and then click on magnifying glass. Here give /z/ and then your user ID. Press enter. So if you get an error like this, what you can do is you can go to terminal, log in via SSH, and then give the command zpublic fixfiles.sh. Press enter, fixing files, fixing directories. Once it is complete, again give the magnifying glass, give Z and then your user ID, press enter. And now I can see all the files in my USS directory. So these are my Unix system services files. So now we have completed step 2. Also we have completed step 3. It is just asking us to investigate the output. Then we have to find a script called USS2 script. So here is USS2 script. Click on it, and here is the script. So in this step 6, what we have to do is we have to create a directory called USS2 output with 3 files: animal1, animal2 and animal3. I can give the command mkdir uss2 output main directory uss2 output. So let us create 3 files. Let's create touch animal1, touch animal2, touch animal3. Now let's close and expand again. And here I can see animal1. Let's give here cat, control save. Let's give in animal2 dog, control save. Then let's go to animal3, give tiger, control save. Then go to your terminal and give this command. So here is my terminal. I will go back to my home directory. And then I will give the command. So this command ran successfully. The next command is to make this file executable. chmod +x uss2 script.sh. Then let's again give here ls l uss2 script.sh. Previously it was showing me read write, then hyphen, and then again r. Now it is showing me read write execute and r. And here also you can see execute and r. Here also I can see x. That means I can now execute this script. Earlier it was not executable. I can only read it and write it. But now I can execute as well. Now I can run the script by giving give here /uss2 script.sh. So it is asking us make sure to run this with your name as the first parameter. Now let us run our script again. Give here uss2 script.sh, then my name. Now it ran successfully. Checking for the file and folders, everything looks good. Files have been copied. Script has run successfully. Check the message file in uss2 output. So this is uss2 output. Expand this, and you can see 3 new files, animal123 has been created inside this directory. Let's check message. Now it is showing us if Abhishek, this is my name, looks out the window, they might say hello there cat, dog and tiger. These are the animals that we just entered in the files animal 1, 2 and 3. So our 9th step is also complete. Verify completion. If you want to see the same content in the terminal, what I can do is I can change to uss2 output, and here I can give cat message, and you will see the content of this file is now displayed in the terminal itself. Now to complete this challenge, we have to submit the chk job. So go to the datasets. Here I have to go to public.jcl. So submit chk. Then go to the jobs section. Here go to MTM 2020. And here I can see chk. Click on it. Here it will have system print. Check it. And you can see uss2 is also correct. It is now successfully completed. So go back to your web page. Refresh this page. And you will see uss2 is completed. In the completed tab, you will see uss2. So this challenge is also complete. Go to available and complete level 2.8. If you like my videos, then you can support me by buying my mainframe course. After buying this course, you will get 19 hours of mainframe training. This course will teach you COBOL, JCL, vSAM, TSO, ISPF, Unix System Services and CICS. You can watch the free preview before buying my course. Make sure you buy the course using the referral link in the description. In this video, we will complete level 2.8 of Master the Mainframe 2020. Level 2.8 is ZOAU1. That is Z Open Automation Utilities. It is worth 50 points. More than 2000 other members have completed this challenge. Check the instructions here. Here is the PDF. Download and open this. This challenge has 12 steps. Step 1 is to open a terminal. We already have one terminal open. So the first step is complete. Let's go to the home directory. We are now in the home directory of our terminal. Then we have to go to a bash cell. So type bash and hit enter. So give here bash, enter. That's it. Now we are in bash. Step 2 is complete. In step 3, explore the bash shell. Hit the tab key a few times. It will ask if you are sure you want to see all 35 possible commands. Give no. Then type the letter MK. So give here tab. Display all 574 possibilities. Give no. Then give MK. Give here MK. So after giving MK, you can give tab and then it will show all the commands that start with MK. So we are aware of make directory and there are 2 more commands with MK. So this is useful for autocomplete. So suppose I want to give MK FIFO, so I can only give MKF and press the tab key and it will autocomplete the instruction. Suppose I want to give command make directory, then I can give mkd tab and it will autocomplete the rest. If I press the up key, that is the up arrow, then it will display the previously entered command. So previously I entered mk directory, that's why it is showing mk. To see all the commands, I can go to this link. It will display all the bash commands. So these are the bash commands that you can learn. Step 5 is to open a file called ZOA merge. So here is ZOA merge. Click on it and this is the content of this file. Now we have to put our user ID in this. So instead of XX, just give your user ID. So my user ID is 07252. 07252. Same way, replace all of them 07252. 07252. Then Ctrl S to save it. Step 6 is to examine the command. There is a member called merge command that we have to find. So go to your datasets. Here go to user id.input. Here is merge command and here is the command merge format fields 19a. Here is the first sort in file names1, this is names2 and the output will be in ZOA merge D. So we have completed this step also. It is asking us to open merge command member and see what is inside. So here is merge command and this is the content inside this. Now we have to run this file. So this is the command that we have to give. Change mode +x ZOA MERGE and then run it by giving ./ZOA MERGE. So now it is showing us an error. There is an error in step 1. Blank needed in column 1 or operation not defined correctly. No sort or merge control statement. So step 9 is to fix this error. After fixing, we have to run the script again. Blank needed in column 1. So here just give one small blank. Give Ctrl S to save and then run it. And you will see it successfully executed. It will create a new member in your user id.output called ZO merge. Now let's complete step 11. That is, we have to look inside this file called success test. Give here cat and this is the content inside this file. We have to use this if else loop in this ZOA merge file. So what we have to do is we have to put this command inside an if else loop. So let's copy this if, Ctrl C and let's paste it here. Paste it inside the if loop. So here is the if loop. I can paste it here. And then let's run this again. Make sure the output file does not exist. So currently there is no ZOA merged here. That is fine. Let's now run this again. So give ./ZOA merge, and now it is showing me it worked. If there is an error, then it should show me echo it didn't work. So let's try to make some change in the file. So let's go to the input folder. In the merge command, let's make some change. Remove this space, save it, and then let's again run it. And now it is showing me it didn't work. So our if else loop is now successful. Save it. Go to the output folder. Correct all the errors. In the output folder, delete ZOA merged. Delete it. It is now deleted. And then if I run it again, then you will see it worked. So our if else loop is working successfully. So this is the change that you have to make in this challenge. Put this command inside an if else loop. That's all. Now to complete this challenge, I have to go to public JCL and submit CHK2. So let's go to public JCL. Here I can see CHK2. Let's submit CHK2. Job submitted. Let's go to jobs, and here is the job I submitted, 05784. Expand this, go to system print, and here I can see ZOA U1, and it is showing me correct. So this challenge is now successfully completed. ZOA U1. So let's go to the web page. You will see 2.9 is available, 2.8 is in the completed tab. Here you can see 2.8 ZOA U1 is now completed. Let us now complete level 2.9 of Master the Mainframe 2020. Grab the instructions here. Here is the PDF. Download it, open it, and you will see there are 9 steps. Let's complete step 1. We have to SSH into our ID and open bash. Let's go to our Visual Studio Code. So let's give here bash. So we are already in the bash. Then we have to look at dslist.py. So let's go to Unix System Services. Here I can see dslist.py. Click on it. This is the content of dslist.py. Then we have to run this program using this command. So go to your bash. Here, copy paste the command python 3 dslist.py. Press enter. The program ran successfully, and this is the output of the program. So step 3 is also complete. In step 4, we have to just explore all the commands that are available. So here is the link. You can go here and you can see all the commands that are available. Then we have to go to this dataset, MTM 2020 public customer 16. Let's go there, go to datasets, MTM 2020 public.cust 16, and this is the content of this dataset. This dataset has more than 1500 records. Then in the 6th step, we have to learn the LUHN algorithm. It is used to check whether a credit card number is valid or not. So we can go to Wikipedia and learn about the LUHN algorithm. And then let's come to step 7. We have to modify cccheck.py. So let's go to Unix System Services, cccheck.py. Click on it. This is the content of this dataset. We have to modify this program so that it uses the LUHN algorithm. A sample code is given in luhn.py. So here is luhn.py. We have to use the logic that is given here and put it inside cccheck.py. So let's copy this code here, luhn.py, copy, go to ccpy. Here let's define it here. We have to remove this logic and we have to replace it with luhn algorithm. So let us now copy our luhn algorithm here. We don't need this part, this is just a test part. We are just testing whether this algorithm is working, so we can remove it. And also we can remove this whole logic. This whole function can be removed. So let's remove this. Also, instead of easy1, we have to give luhn. So earlier it was calling easy1 algorithm, now it will call luhn algorithm. This one. Also we need to change the CC digits. This line of code is telling us that the credit card number is starting from column number 8 and ending at column number 16. But when we go to the file, then you will see that the credit card number is actually starting from column number 5. This is 5 and it is going on till column number 21. This is the 16-digit credit card number. From column 5 to column 21. So correct the column numbers, it should be 5 to 21. Then save the dataset. Our program is now ready. Let's check whether it is successful or not. Open the terminal. Let's log in by giving SSH. Give password. Then go to bash. Then let's execute it by Python 3. cccheck.py, let's execute. And these are the invalid credit cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 6 are the invalid credit cards out of the 1500 records. So our execution was successful. And now it is, in the end, it is showing us when you are ready to write your report, uncomment the last line. So let's uncomment this. It is writing to the output dataset. In the output dataset, we have to give a dataset name. Let's call it z072.output.cc invalid. So this is the output dataset. These invalid credit cards will be written in this dataset. It does not exist now, so we have to give a command dataset.create. This will create a dataset. Let's give z072.output.ccinvalid. And then let's tell it is a sequential. So the first step, we are creating a dataset, output.ccinvalid, and then we are writing to it using report output. So all these credit card numbers and this report will be written inside this ccinvalid dataset. So let's save it. Let's run it again. Let us check whether a file was created or not. Let's go to datasets. Let's refresh it. And you will see a new file, output.ccinvalid. And when I open it, you will see a credit card report is there. So you can see the first line is correct, invalid credit card report, date is correct, time is correct, and all the entries are correct as well. So we have completed all the steps. In step number 9, it is giving us some hints. The hint 1 is to look for the right digits. The column numbers were wrong, so we corrected it. Then we put the luhn algorithm and we corrected the function call. So our step 9 is also complete. Now we just have to run the chk2 job. Let's run it. Go to public.jcl. Here is chk2, submit. job submitted. Let's go to jobs. Here is CHK job. Let's expand this. Here is system print, and you will see ZOAU2 is now correct. This challenge is also successfully completed. Let us now go to the web page. Let's refresh it, and you will see 2.9 is not there. It is now in the completed tab. So 2.9 is completed. Now we have completed level 2 as well. In level 2, level 2.10 and 2.11 are optional. These are bonus challenges. So even if we not do it, our level 2 will be considered complete. Let's complete level 2.10. In this video, I will complete level 2.10 of Master the Mainframe 2020. Click on it. Grab the challenges here. Here is the PDF. Download it and then open it. This challenge has 15 steps. Step 1 is to get your virtual machine. The link is given here, Linux One developer page. In that page, you have to click on Try Virtual Machine or Linux One Community Cloud. Click on it. Here, give your details. Give your email address. Give your password. Give your name. Last name. Organization. Your country. The description of the project is participation in MTM 2020. Event code is MTM. Then click on request your trial. Once you are logged in, you will come to a screen like this. Click on virtual servers. Here click on create. Give the instance name as MTM 2020. The image should be REHEL 8.2. In the PDF also it is telling the same thing. Select RHEL 82. So select RHEL 82, click on Linux One. Then in the SSH key, click on create. Give the name as MTM 2020 key. Create a new key pair. And you will see a new key has been downloaded to your computer. So in my downloads folder, you can see a key just now got downloaded. After selecting the same key, click on create. You can see my server is currently spawning. After a few minutes, you will see the server is now active. Now let's complete step 4, that is log in to the server. You have to SSH into this server. So go to your Virtual Studio Code. So first go to this folder, C users, Abhishek desktop LN75UM0. So go to this folder. Let's open my Windows downloads folder. Here is downloads. Copy the key, Control C. Then go to C, users and Abhishek. Here copy paste the key. So now I can see this is the key. What I have to do is I have to SSH into the server. So the command is given here. Give SSH -i, then give the key name MTM 2020 key.pem. So this is the key MTM 2020 key.pem. And then give the username. Username will be here Linux user. The name is Linux One. So give here Linux One. @ IP address. IP address is given here. So copy and paste. Enter. Welcome to the IBM Linux One Community Cloud. So you can see we have now logged in to our server. Before logging in, it may also ask you to confirm once. So if it shows confirm, then you can give there yes. And that's it. Step 4 is complete. Then step 5 is to just explore. So we can give command like make directory, touch, ls and all those commands. So let's give ls, and there are no files. Let's make a directory. Let's call it test, then give ls, and you'll see test is there. A new directory has been created. And then let's create a new file, test. Let's call it file1, then give list file. You will see file1 and test is there. Same way we can remove file1, we can remove test by giving remove our test. Give ls, and you will see there are no files here. In the step 6 we have to go to the root directory. We can go there by giving cd. So give here cd hyphen and then give ls, and you can see all these folders are there in the root directory. Also I can give ls hyphen l, so it will give more details like this. Here is the detail of all this directory. Bin is where the program binaries are kept. Configuration files are in etc. Home is where users keep their file. Lib is library. Root is where the administrator keep their files. USR is for read-only files. VAR is for variable files. Step 7 is to give a ls of root. So give here ls hyphen root. So it will show permission denied. Here also it is showing us permission denied because we are a non-root user, so we cannot do a root operation. So let's now elevate our authority. So let's give sudo ls root. So let's give here sudo ls root. Now I can see that I can run this command because sudo will elevate our authority. Sudo stands for switch user and do. Let's complete step 9. In this step we will install a software. So give here type sudo yum install nano. So let's give here sudo yum install nano. Is this okay? Let's give yes, and you will see the nano software was successfully installed on the server. Also we can give command like yum search nano. So we can see that all these libraries contains nano. Also we can search yum search text, and you can see all these libraries have text in it. So this is how we can search for a package that contains text. All these packages contains text. Let's complete step 10. Let's go to the home directory by giving cd home linux 1. So give here cd home linux 1, and then give nano my file. Now I can type anything inside this file and it will be saved on the server. This is a new file. Give Ctrl O to save it, and then give Ctrl X to exit. And when I give ls, then you can see a file called my file. Let's give rm to remove this file. After giving ls again, you can see this file was deleted. Step 10 is complete. Let's complete step 11. Tail a file. Tail a file means read a file which is currently being written. For example, log files on a server. So give this command tail, paste it here. The hyphen was removed, so let's give here tail -f var log messages. Permission denied, so let's give sudo tail f var log messages, and you can see this is the content of this file. Then the final step 12 is to fix, observe and exit. Did you get a permission denied? Yes. You know how to fix it? Yes, we can give a sudo command to execute it. Tail shows the bottom part and the F flag says to follow it, showing any updates as they are added. Control C cancels the command. So let's give Control C and that's it. The file is now closed. That's it. This challenge is now complete. Let's go back to the web page and here I can click on all done, give me Linux 2. Click on it. Challenge completed. Points awarded. Let's refresh it and you can see 2.11 is now available. Let's complete 2.11 of Master the Mainframe 2020. Click on it. Only 900 people have completed it. Get the instructions here. Download the PDF and then open it. It has 15 steps. First we have to install a web server. So type yum search apache. So go to your terminal, here give yum search apache, and these all packages have Apache in it. The first result httpd.s390x is the one we want. So we want this one, Apache HTTP server. httpd.s390x, Apache HTTP server. We have to install it by giving this command. So give here sudo yum install httpd.s390x. Is this okay? Give yes. And you can see complete. The installation is now complete. Start and enable Apache. In step 2 we have to start and enable it. So let's give the command apache ctl start. Paste it here. And after a few seconds it will be started. Then give the second command. Paste it here. This step is also complete. Then give the third command. Paste it here. And you will see active running. So the server is now running. Starting the Apache server, started the server, and it is listening on port 80. Now we have to go into this folder and create a file called index.html. Change directory. There is nothing here. Here we have to create a file called index.html. Permission denied, so give here sudo touch index.html, and then let's edit it by giving nano index.html. It is showing unwritable. Let us give here sudo nano index.html. And here let's write an HTML code. Let's put here HTML, give header 1, then give Ctrl O to save it. Press enter. It is now saved. Give Ctrl X to exit. And if I give here cat index.html, then you will see it will show the content of this file. The file is successfully written. So step 3 is complete. Now find the IP address. To find the IP address we can give ifconfig command. So give here ifconfig. and here is the IP address 148.177.98. Copy this. In step 5 we have to make exception for port number 80. Our web server is running here, so that is why we have to make an exception. So for that, just run these commands, then run the second command, success, third, success, then the fourth one, and this one was also successful. If your system reboots, then you have to follow step number 6. We have not rebooted it, so this is not currently required, but in future if you want to use it, then you can use step number 6. Then step number 7 is to view your web page. Open a browser and the IP address of your system. So the IP address is this one, 148.177.98. So go there, paste it, and you can see master the mainframe 2020 web page. It has now successfully displayed my web page. Now in this step 8, enter the command sudo tailf access log. Copy this, enter here and execute, and you will see I try to access my web page using Chrome browser from this IP address. This is my IP address and I try to access the web page. It is showing us the details, how many times this web page was accessed. We can also try to open this web page from other browser and we will see that entry as well. So let's open a browser. Let's open Edge and here give this IP address, paste it here, enter, and you will see web page was displayed. Let's go to the Visual Studio Code and here you can see, and these are the details. Edge, you can see here Edge. I try to access this web page from the Edge browser. So step 8 is also complete. In step 9 we will play a game on the server. So first cancel this by giving Ctrl C. You have to copy the full command, copy, paste it here, press enter, and you will see this command which is called curl. This curl command will copy the file from this URL to our server. It is showing permission denied, so let's give sudo in the curl command, press enter, and you will see the file was successfully downloaded to our server. To extract this file, give this command, then press the tab key. After giving the command, you have to press the tab key, press enter, permission denied, so let's give sudo. After v0, press the tab key, press enter again, and you will see the file has been extracted in our server. Step 11 is complete. Step 12 is to install the tools. Use yum to install make and GCC. Make is used for building software and GCC is C compiler. So let's install both of them by using yum. So give here sudo yum install make. Is this okay? Yes. It completed successfully. Same way, install sudo yum install GCC. So it is installing GCC now. GCC is a C compiler. This also completed successfully. Step 12 is complete. Let's go to step 13. So now we have to go to the Vitris directory. So here is the Vitris directory. Give here cd vit, press tab, then press enter, then give pwd to see the present directory. So our present directory is Vitris. Then give here /configure. Permission is denied, so give here sudo, then give /configure and it completed successfully. And then we have to give make. Let's give sudo make. Make is also done. So step 13 is complete. Now I can verify installation. I can give it by giving /tetris. So give here sudo /tetris, and you can see Tetris is now installed. 1-player game, 2-player game. I will play 1 player. Press enter. Level 0, height 0. Height can be 3. Press enter. Press any key, and you can see Tetris is now available on this system. Let's end this game. Game over. Give here exit. Step 14 is now complete. Let's complete step 15. That's it. Step 15 is asking you that you can explore the system more, and that is it. This challenge is now complete. Go back to your web page. Here you can click on all done, and the challenge is now completed. And you can see all the level 2 challenges are complete except 2.12, which is only congrats. In this video I'll show you how to complete level 2. Just click on level 2.12. You have earned a level 2 badge. Only 1600 students have completed it. Just go down and you will see a link here, IBM Z Global Student Hub. So go there and register. This is the IBM Z Student Hub. Just log in or register and you will get exclusive access to this hub. All the IBM Z students will be here. After that, just click on accept. So level 2.12 is also complete. All the challenges in level 2 are complete. So there are no available challenges in this level 2. You can see there is no level 2. Let us now move to level 3. If you like my videos, then you can support me by buying my mainframe course. After buying this course, you will get 19 hours of mainframe training. This course will teach you COBOL, JCL, vSAM, TSO, ISPF, Unix System Services and CICS. You can watch the free preview before buying my course. Make sure you buy the course using the referral link in the description.